Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Oh, I didn't do what I need to do. Hold on, guys. Sorry. All my nervousness. You're probably like, what are you nervous about? I don't know. Let me see. Wait, what? Okay. I just got to change the settings really quick. If you'd like to be able to go ahead and interact with me, you definitely can do that by subscribing to my channel. And within a few minutos, you'll be able to comment. All right. And we do this to cut down on the foolery. Let me just change the setting on my Facebook. Gotta edit that. Sorry, guys. I totally should have done this beforehand, but I was busy listening to music. I'm not even joking. I was busy listening to music. I was listening to it and just enjoying myself. So, all right, let's get back on track. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard, my eyes starting to twitch. What I heard is the decision has been made and nothing will stop it now. Okay, a decision was made. I don't know what the decision is, but a decision was made. Nothing's going to stop this. Whatever this is. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me just pull some cards from the deck. Girl, you don't have time for this right now. You don't have time for the giggles, which I don't. I don't have time for the giggles today. I have a lot of things that have to get done. Swords to make, paintings to finish painting. All right. Getting back on track. Okay. And then this will. Oh. You know what I think is making me nervous is the fact that Miss Joy is having a clingy morning again. She's extra clingy right now. As soon as I went into the office to set some of my things down, she ran in and sat on the seat and was just like, "Busy, we working together today." So, her energy is very, very needy right now. It's rubbing off on me. Twitch in the eye means money is flowing in. I'll take that. I'll go ahead and take that. Yes. We're down for that. All right, we're almost ready, guys. And if she's going to be in here, she has to say good morning to everyone. Good morning, Miss Joy. Say good morning. Say it. Oh, just woosah. All right, just lay down. Just stay in my lap. Lay down. I won't bother you again. Lay down. There you go. There you go. Her face. Girlfriend, her face was too much. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here it goes, guys. For real this time. There. Yeah, there you go. Flip it on over, girl. Flip it on over like a hot cake. Sorry I interrupted your melancholy. She's melancholy. Okay, invocation in reverse. This is not something you called upon. This is something that's happening. Okay? It's happening. You didn't call upon it. You didn't, I would say you didn't initiate it. Maybe you did in some ways. Maybe you did in some ways. I'm not sure. But it's definitely something that's going to be coming full circle. It's going to be dropped off right at your door. And so, got to be ready. Got to be ready. Remembrance. Okay, this feels like it's a soul-based type of connection to the event, whatever this is. It's a soul-based type of connection to the event that you're going to experience, and it's something that you agreed to on a soul level way before you were even born. And whatever this is that you agreed to, you don't remember what it is. And I think you're not being allowed to have the advanced knowing simply because you would probably fight the process. All right, prosperity and rebirth. So you're entering into a different period. You're becoming a different person, and you need to allow this to happen. This is not you like intentionally planning on like dressing differently, talking differently, different makeup. No, you're literally becoming a different person on a fundamental level. And so you have to allow this to take place so that you can go ahead and get to where you need to be within yourself to bring home the very things that you really, really need right now. Concealment in reverse. Like you can feel this happening. It's not being, oh, don't wait. What? Offering you powerful new insights and solutions to help reach your dreams and goals. I'm serious. I just got this notification. Oh, don't wait. Let's talk today. That's what it says. Don't wait. Talk to an advisor. We could offer you powerful new insights and solutions to help you reach your dreams and goals. Don't wait. Let's talk today. Okay. So this is something that's not being hidden from you. This is something that you can feel it's happening. You can feel the reality of what this is. You can feel what needs to be felt in order for you to have the confirmation that you need. So for many of us, we don't want to take that step forward or bow even deeper to our own soul because we need that confirmation, we need the validation, we need multiple signs and multiple validations for each of those multiple signs. And then we also need a reading, we need the pendulum, we need the dreams and the dream encyclopedia. And, and then it gets to a point where you're expending all of your energy that you would have used to manifest this event on confirming an event that, has already been confirmed. The event was already confirmed. You felt it. You felt it and you've been feeling it for quite some time now. A decision has been made and nothing will stop it now. I think at some point you felt whatever this decision is and you committed to it. And then now you don't really know because you don't really want to be the one to decide. And I'll tell you why. I've noticed a lot of people who struggle with decisions. They struggle with a decision because they don't want to be blamed for the failure that might result in that decision. A lot of people do this. A lot of people do this, and it's okay. If you begin to see your life and your decisions not as opportunities to fail, but opportunities to receive and learn and be redirected to receive and learn even more, you'll begin to be able to make decisions. You really, truly will. It's just this 1 degree shift at a time, just 1 degree at a time that you shift within yourself and you begin to realize just how powerful you actually are. You really, truly are that powerful. Now, don't get me wrong. I still go through these same processes of There will be times where I'm given the messages, I'm given the signs, I'm validating the signs and the messages, and I need further confirmation. And then here I am messaging my girlfriend, yo, can you get out your pendulums? Can I ask a pendulum question? Yeah, I have my own pendulum, but I can't do it for myself because of self doubt. I can't read cards for myself because of self doubt. I'll see what it means and then I'll try and interpret it in a different way if I don't like what I see. If what I see triggers my fear, triggers my sense of like I can't control that situation, I will try and figure out a different meaning to the cards. It's not that I'm incapable of reading for myself. It's that I get in my own way and it muddles the message. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Stop muddling your messages, okay? Power in reverse. Your sense of self is what dictates your sense of personal power. If you feel upside down in your life, your personal power is going to feel upside down and emptied out. You don't want that. Because when your power feels upside down and then it feels emptied out, then you feel powerless. You feel as though life is just happening to you instead of with you and for you. And you need all of those components. Things happen to you, for you, and with you. It's like a tripod logic, right? If you take one of those three out, the tripod falls over, except in certain situations. When you are so deeply rooted, deeply anchored into the bedrock of your truth and your purpose. I once had a situation where I had two other people. We went into a venture together. And one by one, the two of them fell. And it was almost this thing of each one of those posts thought that they really were the foundation of it, and they weren't. And they fell. Not because I pushed them, but because they misunderstood the depth of my anchoring. What I do now is not something I like to do. I want to do. I want notoriety. I want celebrity dub. I want recognition. No. What I do is because this is my purpose. This is what I was created for. And in what I'm doing right now, I'm being prepared for the actual truth of what I was created to do. You can't knock that down. You can try and shake it. It'll wiggle. Wiggle, it'll wiggle. It'll wiggle. Will it fall over? No. Because if you go so deep that you hit bedrock, the bedrock of your foundation of why you were created in the first place, yeah, that can't be knocked over. That just can't. It can't. It doesn't matter how deep a person goes. If they don't go as deep as the bedrock is, they can still be dislodged. Absolutely. They can be dislodged. Where are you rooted? Where are you anchored? If you allow yourself to really begin getting your perception right side up, then you can really begin the true work that you're here to do. Autumn in reverse. So this process is going to continue until autumn. It's already initiated. Autumn is not that far away. Autumn will feel like it's upside down. Autumn will feel like it's upside down. It's okay. Miss Joy is sleeping and she's crying. If you hear her whining or sleep barking, she's fighting battles in her dreams. Just ignore it. She's starting to snore too. Cycles in reverse. Oh, so this is someone that wanted and needed you to be upside down in your perception of self, right? This is someone who's continued to drag you into cycles of disempowering you, maybe emasculating you. You know, I have quite a few male viewers at this point. Maybe you're one of my male viewers. Excuse me. And you've been dealing with someone who chronically tries to emasculate you. No one can remove your penis. I'm just saying. I'm serious. I'm serious. Okay. Like the whole part of the masculine involves a penis. No one can take that off of you. They can't just yank it off of you. They can't pretend that it doesn't exist, but you can absolutely deny it. You can deny it. You can deny it and you can conduct yourself in a way that's less masculine than what you prefer. Um and then yeah, that's it. It needs your cooperation. You need to cooperate and believe and empower this person who is emasculating you. Now, okay, so I'm married, right? And I've been with my husband for 20 something years, and I have a very strong personality, I have very dominant energy, and usually my husband just lets me get away with whatever. But when he's had enough, I know to be quiet. I know to stop. And he doesn't have to scream at me or call me outside of my name. I just know I need to stop. I'm taking it too far. Because he's no longer complying. He's no longer giving me permission to be the dominant one. So I'm just like, oh, my bad. Sorry. Sorry. you know, Even with feminine people, you cannot allow others to take your power. That's something you agreed to on some level. So, on some level, for some of you, you've agreed for someone else to take the very power that is rightfully yours, the power over your life, your perception. Um, Change your mind. That's all you have to do. Change your mind. What happens when you change your mind? Everything. Everything happens when you change your mind. This whole avalanche of change happens. I was watching this video and this man, I think he was in Kyrgyzstan or somewhere. He was somewhere cold and he was watching from a very far distance an avalanche. It was coming down some mountain range and he was pretty far and it was huge. It was a huge avalanche and he just kept recording. And it's this thing of I went in the comments because I wanted to see if the avalanche reached him. It looked like in the video that it was going to reach him, even though he was ridiculously far. And someone wrote in the comments, see, this is what happens when you don't plan ahead and build a wall to contain it. Oh, you're some kind of special. You're some kind of special. You think of and I had to read it a few times. I'm still Were they trolling? Were they serious? Or were they trolling? I don't know. Change that profound cannot be stopped. It just can't. And it starts with one singular event, one singular moment where everything begins to break off. You don't even need an explosive for that. You can use sound, you can use your voice, the sound of you speaking your truth with passion, conviction. I mean, I'm just saying. The first time people heard me speak publicly with conviction about my personal beliefs, they wondered why I was angry. And I wondered why they didn't realize they lack the passion they need to truly live, to truly feel alive. I'm not giving up my conviction. I'm not giving up my passion just because it makes you uncomfortable. I refuse. And if I refuse, what will happen? Nothing that I don't give permission to. That's what. Stop thinking you don't have any options. Stop thinking that you are at the mercy of someone else. Stop thinking that you can't handle what's going to happen. Make a decision. That decision is that moment that the avalanche begins. Once you really make that decision, you can't take it back. You can't take it back. Your energy and your manifestation will coat the entire landscape of your mind, of your life, all of that. It starts with making a decision. It's going to go all the way through winter. If you don't allow yourself to really own the decision you make, it's going to continue until winter. You're going to have to really, really push against the opposition. Sometimes the opposition is yourself. Sometimes the opposition is someone else. So what I'm seeing in the next deck, it's a continuation of that storyline, this continuation of being upside down within yourself. But it turns out lovely in the end. So new chapter, timeout. Oops. New chapter, timeout, and emotions, all in reverse. Don't allow someone's emotions to cause you to tap out on your own self, on your life, on what you're deciding for yourself, halting this new chapter from being written. Why do that? This is someone who's never going to be satisfied with any decision you make unless the decisions you make further their personal gain, personal preference, whatever it is, right? Communication, self-worth, and patience. So you're being tasked to move forward and communicate your self-worth, not just to this person who is just hell-bent on keeping you in this cycle. Are you dealing with a succubus? I mean, because that's kind of what it feels like. This is someone who's super duper draining of you and everyone in the environment. I mean, I don't know. Something that comes to mind is maybe you should buy them a pup cup because they're acting like a little biatch. A little biatch. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even play with that. I wouldn't. I would be like, go ahead and cry. I'm going. I gotta go. I really would. And people might say that, oh my gosh, that's so cold hearted. And I would say, then get out the freezer. If you don't like the frigidity, get out of the freezer. How obnoxious is that? To go into a freezer and be like, it's too cold. You need to turn it down. It's too cold. Get out the effing freezer. It's simple. You get out of the freezer and you won't feel cold. You get out of my way and you won't feel my cold-heartedness towards you and your manipulation. Now, that's not to say I'm strictly cold-hearted. That's to say, I know when people are trying to manipulate me and suck me into their drama, I'm not having none of it. I have kids. I don't need another. I said what I said. I said what I said. Patience. You have to have patience with your process. And your process involves really figuring out your self-worth. Again, the decision has been made and nothing will stop it now. But you have to make the decision first, right? Are you aware of the decision you made? So there's a lot of movement, a lot of action taking place, a lot of movement within a space of gratitude, right? So the be still card in reverse and then gratitude. So there's a lot of action taking place, a lot of wanting and needing and acknowledgement of that. Choices are being made. A lot of this very powerful action. And the need to surrender to where those decisions will take you. For a lot of us, that surrendering has nothing to do with surrendering to someone else. I would never ask you to surrender your sovereign free will to another person, not even to myself. That's bull caca. Okay? Unconditional love in reverse. I think for some, this situation that you're exiting out of has to do with a very contorted, very distorted sense of unconditional love. Unconditional love does not involve co-signing on someone's toxicity and enabling it. Unconditional love has nothing to do with the enablement of someone else's toxicity. I can unconditionally love my husband. I adore this man. You're going to be toxic. I don't want to be around you. I don't even care about apologies. Just knock it off, or I'm not going to want to be around you. And he knows this. He knows this. Yes, because I tell him. If you're going to keep talking caca to the other drivers, you're going to need to take me home because I don't want to sit with you. I just don't. I can only tolerate so much, and you've gone beyond my level of tolerance. You need to take me home. I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not going to deal with that. Your toxicity is yours. I don't care how much I love you. No. Nope. No, nope, 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 no, nope, 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 nope. Don't let that unconditional love be the very thing that keeps you bound to the toxicity of someone else. Feels like that's what's happening. Mm-hmm. Who's that girl? You go see who it is. Go see, Joy. She don't care. We just died. An invader came and we just died. You didn't protect us, Joy. She just looked at the door like, no, I'm good. You okay? She's okay. She gonna be perfectly fine. So card number 34, in the world, not of the world. You are being prepared for something so far beyond what you think you can be worthy of. Okay. It's time for you to just let your hair down and really let life flow through. It does not matter what all the other fishies are doing. Just really stand in your truth. Let the waters cleanse you. Just, yeah, no, it's time. I think you've been confined and controlled for so long that you don't even realize how long it's been. The days kind of just have melted into each other. And next thing you know, it's been several years and you're like, why am I here? And that's a powerful question to ask yourself. Why are you there? What are you trying to do there? Are you trying to save someone from their own selves? I mean, if their attitude is an attitude that gets them in trouble all the time, maybe they need to be in trouble so that they can finally learn consequences. And I'm wondering if for some of you, you're dealing with someone, or maybe you are that someone that has never really had to deal with the consequences of your behavior, your actions. And it's causing you to become almost necrotized, like this part of you is just rotting away because you're not being put in situations that will grow you. You just keep sitting in stagnant water. There's no flow. There's no change. There's a lack of inertia. It's just you sit in stagnant water. I wonder, is that the case? Like for some of you, you're experiencing root rot at this point. Your roots are rotting and you're wondering why. It's not because of the soil, it's because you're constantly in a very soggy, very, very soggy type of situation, you know? Card number 23. Defend to the end the worthwhile. This need to defend to the end the worthwhile, right? Do you know you're worth it? Do you know that you're worth it? And I'm wondering, are you consistently in an environment that makes you feel like you're not worth it? That you should just be thankful for what someone else has provided you? one of the most powerful things that happened to me when I changed was that I stopped participating in that program. That program of people giving me the bare minimum and then expecting me to be forever grateful for the bare minimum, as though they gave me the clothes off of their back. But in reality, those were clothes they were going to throw away. But then they figured, oh, I'll just give it to her because, the trash can's all the way over there and she's closer. So I'll just say it's for her. And then she's going to have to be grateful to me. And I know quite a few of you experience that type of thing where people will hold over your head this very bare minimum type of assistance they've given you. And you know what I learned? I don't have to be grateful with my soul for a transactional relationship. It's about transactions. And as long as I keep that ledger balanced, I don't need to do anything beyond what was written on that ledger. For example, I once had someone give me, I think like $100, right? This is when I was stranded in the parking lot. He gave me $100 without me asking, and I was so ridiculously thankful. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. That is so generous. That's a lot of money, and I appreciate you. And so I spent the next however many months basically worshiping this person as a show of gratitude. And then when I was able to pick myself up enough, not only did I pay that $100 back, I doubled it. I paid them back $200 for their $100 gift, and I continued my effort to worship them publicly, right? And then after a while, a good friend of mine um, was like, Em, what are you doing? This mofo starts a problem. You go there, you fight for the problem. They're old enough and big enough to fight for themselves. If they don't like the drama, they need to stop starting the drama. You got to stop. Stop inserting yourself in this person's BS. And that truth bomb that was deployed and hit its mark, that was the very thing that initiated my thoughts, my questioning, like, what am I doing? Oh my gosh, I thought that I was like doing the right thing by choosing, making this decision to be this person's ride or die. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. And then I realized, oh my goodness, this person has been manipulating me, has totally been using me. And as I began to kind of back away, and they began to realize their control, their hold over me was slipping away, they decided it's time to excommunicate Emmy from the family, right? The online family. So then I was excommunicated, and anyone who supports me in any shape, way, or form, they would get a lot of whatever drama. You're not allowed to share my live streams. You're not allowed to watch, because they'll have people come and watch the live stream. And, Facebook will let you know who's watching with you, which one of your friends. And then they would go and report back. And then I realized, you know what? F you and your entire cult. I really don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how big your following is. I don't give a damn what your analytics are. I don't give a damn. I don't have to have a gratitude that kills me just to feed your ego. And I think for many of us, we still continue these types of transactional relationships with other people. I mean, really though, if you look at it in banking terms, so you're receiving a loan for $500. Would you be okay if, in banking terms, um, your APR is going to be so high that by the time you're done paying off that loan, that $500 loan, you would have paid $15,000. Is that okay? Would you agree to that? Because I think for many of us, that's what we do. We agree to the bare minimum and then agree to pay back the ultimate maximum. And when we begin to realize that that's what's happening, then these people turn around and they gang up on you and they involve other people. They manipulate you with emotions. Oh, you're making me cry. You're making yourself cry. And that's why I've learned to be, how I am at this point. Like, okay, you want to show me that it's okay, cut and dry. It's cut and dry. Now, none of my emotions are going to be involved. You want to show me that this is manipulation you're trying with me? All right. Yep, you cut off. If you're crying, too bad. Too bad. But Emmy, that's so appropriate is what it is. When people don't add to your healing, when they don't add to your peace, stop adding them to your bill. You see that there? You see that there? Especially if you have a limited budget, you don't continue to add things to your bill, knowing you have no way of paying that. You just don't. You don't. But in spiritual terms, in spiritual communities, everything that I'm saying to you right now, which is absolute powerful truth, oh my gosh, it's blasphemous. I'm a blasphemer. Yes. I'm darkness and I'm evil and I'm money hungry because I'm telling you, conserve yourself. These are the very people who wouldn't be around when you needed them. Okay? They won't be around when you need them. So be there for yourself before you need someone and don't have someone. Be there while you still can for yourself. Visions of life beyond death. What I'm telling you right now, if you apply it to your life will change and you will become profoundly empowered, right? But it will be an entire war and cluster fluff with these groups, these individuals who want to keep you enslaved. They're not going to let you go freely. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, no, it's all right. Just go ahead and go. We're good. We're good. No. They're going to fight for their control over you. They will wage an entire war to remain in control of you. Baby boo, you're an entire special ops for your life. You are so highly skilled and highly knowledgeable in all things you. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Losing the very people who drain you. Losing the faux validation, that false, fake validation that is given to you as payment for your worship, right? You're now obligated to worship them because they gave you the bare minimum. You got to understand what is at stake right now. There's a decision that's being made. Nothing will stop it. Make this decision for yourself. See the true you and what you actually want and need. People are afraid of dark water, right? They're afraid of dark water. They're afraid when the water looks murky. It's understandable. They want that clear water. So clear water, when you shine the light of truth on it, it's blinding. Darker water, when you shine light on it, it becomes a mirror. You're able to more clearly see what's happening with yourself, with your life, all of that. So don't be scared of your process, is what I'm trying to say. Look into that depth of darkness and see the truth of who you are. Bring into form what it is you want and need. You're going to see everything you want in that shadow space. Okay? You're going to see everything that you want. Girl, you're going to have to go down. This licking business you're doing is not the business. I'm good. You're not making my pants soggy along with you. And you see that right there? An example of me exerting boundaries. Like, there's nothing wrong or mean about just setting her on the floor beside me. I'm not that high off the floor. She can still be near me, but she doesn't have to be in my lap where it's causing me to cramp and then she's licking herself. And so now my pants are going to be soggy because she's licking me too. Like, no, you don't have to martyr yourself in that way anymore. It's time for you to really, really, really make these decisions. Softly, softly, the tender touch. This communication that needs to take place between self and soul. Collaborative dreaming in reverse. You're not willing to play along anymore. You're not willing to play along, and you're not willing to sacrifice yourself and your sense of self for all of this BS that's happening. It's BS. I'm telling you right now, it's BS. They're going to try and deny it. See? This attempt to try and halt your awakening. You're in the process of realization, of expansion of awareness. They might accuse you of self-sabotage, like you're trying to sabotage a good thing. They might do some emotional manipulation that's kind of just telling you, oh, you're just running because you know I'm good for you. No, I'm running because I know the opposite is true. Like, you're so far from good for me. I'm good off of you. Um, but be careful though that you're not sabotaging your plans because you're trying to avoid this person. Like yesterday, I was doing an expedite for someone, and I totally was like, who cares what they're doing? Focus on you and your health. Who cares what they are? If there's some demonic thing or whatever, who cares? Who cares about the spiritual terms and the labels and all of that? Who cares? Don't buy into any of that. Focus on your health. You have to focus on your health. You have to focus on you. And see, a lot of the things that happen that really derail our progression once a decision is made is we get so caught up in the logistics of everything rather than the implementation of that logistic. Like for me, the moment I decide I'm going to walk away from you, whatever you do is inconsequential to me at this point, regardless of whether or not you are planning something malignant towards me. Your plans are inconsequential because I'm going to keep on trucking. I'm not wasting any energy on you. I'm going to keep on going. I don't care if you're talking hecka smack about me. I don't care if you're having these conferences with 30 people, group chats created to talk crap about me. I don't care. I'm busy living and building and growing and expanding and achieving more and more and more. Why? Because I deserve it. I deserve to live a life where I feel I've achieved the things I need to achieve. I deserve it. I deserve to step into my truth and live my truth and be happy in that truth. I was teaching my class yesterday, or was it the day before? I think it was yesterday. And I was talking to my class about, some of the different things that they might face as they enter into the spiritual industry. It's an industry. I mean, let's not even play. It's an industry. Oh no, truly spiritual people, I don't make any money off of it. Okay, are you feeding them? No? Okay, be quiet. Sit down. Sit down and learn. I'm serious. Sit down and learn. You're believing some BS caca. Okay, sit down and learn. So I was telling my students that, when people come and they oppose you and they try and create havoc in your life, and they're used as trojans basically by parasitic things to try and take away from your growth and your accomplishment. Keep growing and accomplishing anyways. Just keep growing and accomplishing anyways. Yeah. Why do I have an academy? Why do I own an academy? Well, because they tried to destroy me using one. Did I do it out of spite? No. I did it because it was a decision I made. I started an academy with other people, and then I realized what was happening, and then I was excommunicated. Okay, I already have students. I'm not going to disappoint my students just because I was disappointed by two people. Who cares? Let them do their thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to carry on. And that was in 2018. And I still have an academy, and it's flourishing. Did I do it in spite of them? No, I don't give a shit what they do. I don't. I don't give a shit what they do. To date, I haven't stopped to check if are they still teaching. I don't care if they're still teaching people. I don't care what happened. All I care about is what I'm doing right here, right now. And I'm expanding in my perception of myself because once upon a time, I refused to identify as a teacher. Now, today, here in front of you, I can be one of the most profound teachers you ever come across if you allow me to teach you. I can teach you things that will empower you to the degree that you can never be disempowered again. I can teach you how to unplug from this matrix and be successful. I can teach you to be fearless. I can teach you to find your courage even in the face of tremendous fear. I can teach you things no one else can teach you because that's what I was created for. Not because I'm in competition with someone else, not out of spite, but because this is what I was created for. And I had to go through the process that I went through and the adversity that I faced in order to get to this point of realization. So make a decision and allow your life to unfold in the way that it unfolds. So, the way my life unfolded, I made that decision. I continued with teaching. And then not only did I eventually begin to realize I'm actually a really good teacher, like I think I could actually classify myself as some type of teacher at this point. Not only did I get to that point, which is powerful all on its own, I got to the point where I became so empowered in that knowing and acceptance and embrace of who and what I am. This one component of me, because I have multiple components. And I embrace that to the degree that I'm not just a teacher, I'm the head of a foundation focused on the learning of quantum divergence. By the way, I don't have any certifications or degrees. I've never taken any classes for any of these types of things. Sometimes I'll audit classes for personal enrichment, but I'm not certified in anything. My lack of certification simply means I refuse to comply with neurotypical teaching. As a neurodivergent, I learn on my own in quantum steps. And unless you're a neurodivergent as well, you cannot teach me because I'll be bored of you and I won't pay attention. And no, that's not pathology. That's honesty. If you can engage me because your brain is equally as complex as mine in its function and its form, then I will probably listen. And I will probably more than listen, I will be extremely engaged and I will become hyperfixated and I will want to learn to the degree that it exhausts you. But that just tells you how good of a teacher you actually are. I'm no longer going to live in a way that complies with the neurotypical neurosis of society. Make a decision. Make a decision and invest in yourself. Invest in your knowing of who you are and what you're here for. I'm not just flowing, not flowing in money, but flowing with peace. I'm just flowing. I'm flowing through the lessons. I'm flowing through the challenges. I'm flowing through the decision making, the option to heal or continue to perpetuate the wounds, just flowing through all of it. And that's the thing. We exist in this space of like, we need to attract what we want. No, you need to live your truth and know that you can manifest what you want. You don't just attract an opportunity. You create it for yourself and then you chase it. You chase it until you have it. And when you have it, cherish it while you make more opportunities. Not at the cost or expense of other people. No, that's a dickish thing to do. Don't be a dick. I'm serious. Don't be a dick. Don't use other people for your gain. Okay? So, shedding and receiving both in reverse. This refusal to let go of what you've already outgrown and this refusal to receive the very things you need now. Shedding and receiving in reverse. And I think that's a lot of your issue and struggle. It comes from that lack of shedding and lack of receiving. Soul journey. You're going somewhere very, very far within yourself and within your life. Celestial things can guide you. They can't interfere, but they can help to give you some concept, some knowing of your bearings, right? So when you're on a soul journey and you begin to allow celestial things to be the very thing that dictates to you how to live, where to go, when to go there, I don't know that that's the best option. I don't know that that's the best way to do that. Like you won't make a move until you get a reading from someone, until you first ask your pendulum, until, the stars are in proper alignment and your astrologist says that now is the time. Like, no, no. So I was working with an astrologist once and I had gotten a session from them, right? Don't get me wrong, they're very talented in their astrology. They're very, very talented. And the thing was, I wasn't trying to get advanced knowledge of things. I was pairing up my intuitive urges, intuitive messages, intuitive guidance with what they were saying as someone who's highly skilled in their field of expertise. And so at that time, I think it was like November-ish, December-ish time, I was considering purchasing a home. And it's like there were a lot of things that were telling me, purchase it. But then there was something inside me that was like, I don't know. I don't really want to. I do, but I don't. Like, I don't know. And then so that's something that I just kind of quietly kept to myself. And I go into my session with this astrologist and he goes and tells me, so you see this part of your chart here, that's like, no, you're about to make a big purchase and it's going to really screw up all of your finances. And I was like, and they're like, what? And I was like, I was going to buy a house. I don't want to though. I'm not going to anymore. They're like, yeah, no, I don't know if you should. But see, that's the thing. Yuck. The fuck? Sorry. That's the joys of having tons of plants. You get like buggies and stuff. But he wasn't telling me something I didn't already know. He was simply reiterating. It was a reiteration of a feeling that I wasn't sure if I was sabotaging myself, if I was making that decision out of some type of trauma response from previous experiences. Um, you know, it was something that gave me my bearings. Like, it didn't tell me how to navigate my boat. It didn't tell me how to run the boat. It didn't give me an instruction on what to do with the motor or the sails or any of that. But it did help me to understand where I am. So a lot of the things that you're looking for, it's already within you, and the things that happen outside of you are only meant to confirm what you've already received inside of you. And that's really how you're supposed to take all of the videos that I do, reiteration of what your soul was already communicating to you, right? And I think for many of you who are drawn to me and feel strongly about the accuracy or the validity of the work that I do, my intuition, it's because it's already resonating with what already exists inside you. I'm not just making something up, right? So be careful. Be careful of the people who will tell you things that don't resonate and expect you to believe it. Be careful of that. Like, I've had sessions, these are my personal sessions, and I will say something to the client and I will feel like, okay, that doesn't resonate with them. Hmm. And then I'll ask them, does that resonate with you? They're like, well, I mean, it could be blah, 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 and blah. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That's not how this works. If it doesn't already resonate, we're not looking for people who might fit the bill. Just store that away. I could be wrong today. Who knows? Store that away. Don't bring it to fruition by banking on it being accurate. We don't know if it is. So we just leave that alone. But this is what I'm being shown, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, but you know yourself more than I know you. So if it doesn't resonate, believe your gut instinct first. File it away somewhere, but believe yourself first. You have to trust yourself. You have to go through the experiences that you go through to build that trust between the self and the soul. There's no other way around it. There's just not. There's no other way around it. You have to go through the experiences to have that hands-on in real life experience between self and soul so that you can begin really seeing, knowing how powerful you are. Years ago, it was like, what, 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. I've always been the way that I am, but I've pretty much never really believed that I can do what I do, because I would tell myself it's a coincidence. I would tell myself all of these different things that explain it away and diminish the validity of the reality of what I've just experienced with another person. And so back in like 2010, 2011, my soul sent me on this soul journey, the most profound soul journey I've ever been on. And I was instructed to evacuate my home, literally, like evacuation. And we were only able to bring what was absolutely important. And then we weren't told where to go. I was shown this visual of a place I've never been with no idea where it is. Like, literally, it could have been anywhere. It could have been on a different continent. I was just shown this image, like a 5-second image. Within 24 hours, I found it. And when I found it, I didn't feel hyped. I didn't feel powerful. I cried. I cried. Because I realized I wasn't crazy. Because I realized I'm different for a reason, and it's not something I imagined. Because I realized all of this happens for a reason, and I don't know what it is, and I have to find out. I have to find out what it is and why I can do the things that I do. And that period, that journey shifted me from being so ashamed of being so different into a space of, you know what? I'm different and maybe people will not like it or maybe they won't care, but I'll have to go through a process to get myself comfortable with letting people see, witness how different I am and kind of just let them decide what to do with that, whether they're going to stay around me or they're going to walk away. That's up to them. A decision had to be made, so I made it. And that's a huge deal for a Piscean because Pisceans don't like to make decisions. I am Piscean through and through. And so when you take me somewhere to eat, I don't know what to eat. And I don't know what to eat or where to go. And you're going to have to kind of just decide that for me. But if you decide something I don't want, despite me telling you to decide for me, I'm going to tell you I don't want that. Why would you do that? You know? Did you guys just drive that lead to that place? So what had happened was I didn't know where to go, and I had told my husband, we'll just head down to this area that's like 12 hours away because he had a cousin there. And I was like, maybe we'll visit them for, you know, for a day or so that we can have time to figure out what we're supposed to do. But I didn't want to stay there because, you know, I don't want to just invite ourselves over there. So we were going to check into a hotel room, but then it was like 6 in the morning. So they don't let you check in. Check in is at 3. So you have to kind of just wait. And so I was like, let's head down to this other place that we've never been. And then, you know, we'll kind of just do some sightseeing. And as we were getting closer to this place that I've never been, I was like, these rocks, I've seen these rocks somewhere. And then we spent like 2 or 3 hours driving in circles in this area. And then there was this one road that I kept like, are you sure there's nothing there? And my husband's like, that's just an overlook. That's an overlook. And I was like, okay. So after a few hours, I said, can you just go up that road? I'm just done. I'm done. It's almost time for us to check in. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I don't even know what's going on. This is all super crazy. And so we go up that road and it's this overlook and we park the vehicles and we kind of just wanted to see the water. And so we walk and I walk to that the brick fence to keep you from falling over the edge. I walked over there and then I heard someone yell my name. And I turn and look, and it's exactly what I was shown. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then my husband looked, and then I was like sobbing. And he's like, oh my God, that's exactly how you described. It's pretty cool. I was like, it's like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. He goes, no, you're not crazy. Yeah, no, it was intense. It was intense. So it was just a lot of event after event after event after event. It led to quite a bit of expansion of my perception of things and my understanding of who and what I am. So, growth in reverse. Whatever you're going through, someone is trying to halt your growth. They're trying to halt your flow. They're also heavily parasitic. They're heavily parasitic. They're all up in your thoughts. They're all up in your decision making. You have to stop their access to you. And I think for some, the only way to halt their access to you is by completely severing all physical access. It is so not unheard of for me to completely just change my number. To just pick up and move. It's not unheard of. And usually it's something that will be very much in alignment with the other things that are happening. For example, I was at a different property, and a whole bunch of things happened, and there was an issue with an individual, and they happened to know, have been at the property I was living at with my children. And because of the way things unfolded, like my trust in that person's integrity was gone. So then it was this thing of like, oh, so I don't know if you have it in you to then begin affecting my children in some way. And I was just like, I don't want to live here. I don't want to live here. I mean, there were other things that were going on that made me not want to live in that particular region anyways. But I was like, I don't want to live here. And then it just so happened, the rental term was up. And then, it was just like, I'm good. Time to go. And I spoke with my husband. He's like, yeah, no, I feel that too. It's time to go. And so we left. Within about, I want to say 2 weeks of that decision, we were moved out. 2 weeks. There's a lot of stuff to move. Yeah. For us to move, it requires a 53-foot trailer, like one of those huge Walmart delivery trailers. It requires that. And then it also requires a 27-foot moving truck. It's just too much stuff. I got a lot of kids, you guys. I got a lot of kids and a lot of plants. Just to move my plants requires like a 27-foot trailer. And I haven't even received the new seeds yet. I'm going to have a whole bunch of trees. My poor husband. Bless him. Card number 17. I hope he's not watching. Oh, and then, yeah, for the crystals, I think that would require foot if you're stacking all the boxes. Let me stop talking, because if my husband is watching, he's going to be like, see, you have too much stuff. And then he's going to tell me that I need to get rid of some crystals and some plants. This fool was like, for the final round of picking things up from the previous rental, he wanted me to leave my nectarine tree. He's like, please, if you leave this nectarine tree, because it's tall. It's like, I don't know, 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall. He said, please, if you leave this, I will buy you 2 for the new house. How dare you? Would we leave one of the children? Would we leave one of the kids? None of the plants are being left behind. I don't care if it's half dead. I will revive that biznatch. Put it in the truck. He begged to... Motherfucker, are you serious right now? I'm still offended. I'm still offended. I'm so motherfucking offended by that. And then the poor nectarine tree had maybe like, I don't know, 50 baby nectarines on there. Like they were little tiny marble size. And over the course of the move, like half of it fell off. And I'm just like, it's okay. We still got 20 of them. And then I didn't realize there were wild critters and something, a trash panda. I assume it's a trash panda, these mofos. They completely just ripped my tree out. It was knocked over and it was laying there. The next day I went to go water it and I was watering all the plants and I was like, someone's missing. Someone's missing. And I go and look and my nectarine tree is on the rocks. Like, Mom, help me. I've fallen. I was like, oh my God. And I picked it up. It's heavy, but I picked it up because, mothers get super strength when their babies need them. And I picked up this whole tree and the other half was on the ground. It's like, bitches! I was so mad. So I went and repotted it in an extra large pot that like 3 of me could fit in and squat in. It's that big. And so I did that. And then I went ahead and I braced it against one of the posts of the deck because F those trash pandas. And so it hasn't fallen again since, but something has been going through the trash. I don't know. So now I'm left with, I think, 5 nectarines. They're not due to be harvested for another month. So I've just kind of resigned myself to be like, I don't even care if I eat anything. This plant is just staying alive. We'll harvest nectarines next year, but it has to stay alive because I put so much effort. So much effort. And then no, it's not a bear. I think it's like a family of raccoons. I think it's a family of raccoons. I'm gonna start hiding at the top of the deck at night with a handful of rocks. Like marble-sized rocks. I'm gonna throw it at trash pandas. they're gonna run up the deck and kill me is what it is. I can't fight trash pandas. They're scary. They have rabies. I can't even deal with the bunnies. Like, I'm good. Just eat the grass, eat whatever. But leave this. You guys, I have so many plants. It's ridiculous. I have giant pumpkins. Giant pumpkins. And someone ripped off a pumpkin that's the size of an apple, bit into it, and left it. Like, bitch, you couldn't even have the nerve to finish it. You wasteful ass mofo. Took one bite. That's an organically grown giant pumpkin. You didn't even let it grow to full. I'm not happy with the pandas. The trash pandas. What's a vuvuzela? What is it? Because I'm reading that as a vulva. Okay, let me stop. Can you just email me a link to that? Because I need one. I need several. I have a lot of kids and I can position them in different places in the yard. The yard's fairly large. So we can just really button it up real tight. We can button it up real tight. I was thinking of leaving Joy out there. They'll probably take her. She has no loyalty. I'm joking, Joy. She has no loyalty. She'll go with them. She'll be like, what food? Yes, I'm coming. Hold on. Let me get my dress. This girl be too much. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, card number 17, Blue Tara. Sweet Mother of Peace now bestows her gifts of clarity, peace, and the power to overcome any negative condition. Just as a beautiful lotus grows from muddied waters, so too shall you arise from confusion, difficult circumstances, and heavy energies into sacred blossoming. If you feel held back or slowed down by your circumstance, remember that your soul has the ability to process all experiences and become stronger, not weaker, through doing so. This oracle indicates healing and a positive prediction for a peaceful future. So you're going to get through whatever it is you need to get through, and you're going to get through it in a lovely way. Put loud bells on the lid of the trash can. Will BB guns? Will BB guns pierce their pellet? Their skin? It won't, right? If you only do like 3 pumps, 2 pumps, 1 pump. I have to look it up. But we're going to do noise. I don't really want to hurt them. I don't want them to be injured. I want them to be scared shitless. Like, the goal is to scare them so much they actually poop as they run off. I'm serious. But not actually hurt them. Like, they're living things. I want them to be able to be trash pandas still. Just not in my yard. Just not in my yard. I'm saying. I don't really want to hurt them. I want to scare them shitless. Yes. I want to scare the shit out of them. Oh, shoot. Really? I got to see what that is. Vuvuzela? Okay. I don't know why I keep reading that as vulva. Let me not. Oh, girl, no. That is karma waiting to happen. You let my kids get a hold of one of that. Fuck that shit. Are you kidding me? Nuh-uh. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Hell no. No. Nope. I would rather have trash pandas. Nope, girl, no. That is a hard pass. Nope, nope, nope. Oh my god, like this is what I envision on a daily basis. This. You know what kind of clusterfuckery that's going to happen in my house? Are you aware? Girl, you trying to set me up. Are you an agent of darkness? You try and set me up, girl. No, no. No, no. 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 Just hard pass. We're not doing that. Uh-uh. And sometimes my kids watch the live streams. Babies, we are not doing that. No, I'm not joking. Nope. Nope. You can stand out there with a harmonica. That's enough. That's enough. Harmonicas work. Even that, I don't even want that. I don't even want that. Oh my God. You know, one time we got my kid a harmonica. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's all I heard all day, all day, all day. That's what I heard. And then I had to be like, oh, it's infected. There's bacteria. We got to disinfect it. And we got to put it away because there's bacteria. I'm good. Hell no. Nothing that makes sound. No drums. No, none of that. And then someone gave me a drum set for one of my kids for their birthday or something or Christmas. And I really felt like they were angry with me, and that's why they gave one of my kids that gift. I felt that strongly. I felt that. So anywho, Joy, are you okay? Are you okay? She's okay. She's okay. If you feel held back or slowed down by your circumstance, remember that your soul has the ability to process all experiences and become stronger, not weaker, through doing so. The oracle indicates healing and a positive prediction for a peaceful future. Second of the Mahavidya wisdom goddesses is the goddess Tara. Represented by her many colors, Tara manifests in unlimited forms to accomplish whatever task is required to support the spiritual liberation of all beings. Tara can be Soumya, gentle, kind, and comforting like the moon. She can be Ugra Tara, fierce defender against extreme negativities, wrathful and fearsome. Her multiple forms remind us of the unending resourcefulness of the Divine Mother. It is taught that Tara will manifest in whatever form is required for the protection of spiritual aspirants. Tara is a Divine Mother's enlightened activity. Sometimes we subconsciously switch off from divine assistance by limiting what we think is possible for spiritual energy to influence and manifest. The oracle asks you to challenge such spirit limiting beliefs to empower divine assistance in your life. So you have to allow. No matter what appears to be, there's no such thing as privilege at a spiritual level. We are all in this together, and what happens within one being affects all. We can only grow, heal, and awaken together in entirety. There will be some who have the capacity to move ahead of the curve. They will be supported in doing so. Yet they are no more important than those struggling to find the path. This does not mean that those with more advanced capabilities should martyr themselves to the lower frequency of their spiritual brothers and sisters or give up attempting to make individual progress. So, just because someone doesn't have the capacity to move forward in the way that you do does not mean you have to stay in the same space that they're staying in. It doesn't mean you have to dedicate yourself to witnessing their suffering and struggle. And it's not this thing of like, you know, it's not this thing of you not caring. It's this thing of you needing to know exactly what it is you care about and why. Do you only care because you're forced to care? Then that's not caring, that's manipulation. And it's okay. It is okay if you don't care to the degree that they are forcing you to care. Just because it's important to someone that's important to you does not mean it has to be important to you as well. It doesn't. That's one of the most beautiful, most powerful things my husband taught me. We don't have to be exactly the same. He's into things that I'm not into, and I'm into things he's not into. It's perfect. It's perfect. He respects what I like. I respect what he likes. I don't always understand the things he likes. He doesn't always understand the things I like. We're still free to like what we like. And that is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You can be who you are. There's no manipulation involved. The thing you need to get out of is that manipulation. That is a very thing that is causing the most struggle for you, the way you're being manipulated. So the decision has been made. Nothing will stop it now. Kali Kalmasa Nasini. She devours darkness with her endless hunger for light, peace, and redemption. She reaches the deepest places, the darkest spaces, relentless in her pursuit, of the lost and despairing. No soul shall ever be forgotten, abandoned, or betrayed by her. Those that believe in their own guilt, their sin, their shame, evoke her mighty tenderness, and she feasts upon the darkness that threatens to consume them, alleviating the weight of their suffering, allowing their hearts to become light and free. The name Kali Kalmasa Nasini translates as she who consumes sin. She destroys ill intent. She eradicates mistakes. Here is Kali as a supreme divine weapon. She is the archer and the arrow. She is the divine mind unleashed, so it shall raise anything built on negative foundations, and who vanquishes all evils. Hers is a power of Pashupatrastra. Pashupatrastra. This is a Sanskrit word which refers to the ultimate spiritual weapon. It has the capacity to neutralize every other weapon in the universe. This divine weapon can be unleashed in numerous ways, whether its power is delivered by arrow or sword, a release of thought, glance, or sound from the divine mind. Its action is unequivocal and swift. In the blink of an eye, something once considered as solid as a rock is reduced to nothing, pulverizing your fears, allowing it to exist as the rubble it's meant to be. The manifestation of this power is so great that we must take pause to consider our motivations, to have kindness and detachment when connecting with this form of Kalima, or actions unnecessarily aggressive. Or indeed any of her forms. Fear can make our intentions and actions unnecessarily aggressive. Better to come from Kali from a place of gentle heart and unwavering furnace of sanctuary in her wisdom. Better to recognize that her wisdom, rather than our own point of view, can accomplish the best outcome for all beings. Better to trust in her divine justice and mercy than your concerns about whether you or another shall be held karmically accountable for your actions. You can release all such concerns and simply trust in her. This will bring peace to your mind and allow you to let go of the past, your mistakes, and the errors of others without being harmed. You will learn, but you will not suffer. This brings spiritual benefit to all beings. There's a commonly held view that the more powerful you become, the more aggressive or forceful you must be. It's actually the opposite. The more powerful you become, the less force is necessary, the less aggression. You can be simultaneously fierce towards ego and kind towards the heart. With true power comes wisdom, and wisdom knows when to be gentle and how to obtain even greater outcomes through tenderness rather than force. Sometimes a strong and unwavering approach, even sacred rage, may be necessary to accomplish a task, but more often than not, there will be another way. Kali, Kalmasa, Nasini comes to us when we need to know we have so much divine support for our purpose that we can afford to handle what needs to happen with some care. You can afford this process. And I'm not talking about financially, I'm talking about energetically, spiritually. If you conserve your energy for the process, the task at hand, you'll be able to easily afford it. If you waste all your energy, your focus, and attention on things that are inconsequential, things that are serving to create um, more issues for you, then what ends up happening is you have more issues and less resources, energetic, emotional, or otherwise, less resources to help tide you over, to help get you through whatever circumstance you're in. I don't know. I think a lot of the issue during this period has to do with your sense of obligation. I feel like for some of you, you're trauma bonded to whoever this individual is. And when you're in a trauma bond, one, Joy, come here. When you're in a trauma bond, one will be ready to heal beyond the trauma, and then the other will fight it. They'll want to keep you in that same space of trauma. They'll manipulate you and create a lot of problems for you just so that you don't have the ability to move forward. Recognize when that's what's being done to you and react and respond accordingly. You're not a bad person for wanting distance from someone who does nothing but create problems for you. That's not being selfish. That's self-love. And when someone tells you that your self-love is infringing on their ability to receive love, that's something you need to question, because they don't really love you. They love the convenience of you. They love what you can offer them. They love the companionship at your detriment. They don't love you. Joy, come here, girl. Come here. Come. Joy, come. Oh my God, this girl is fixated. Come here. Come on. Come say bye. Come here. Come here. Hurry. Chop, chop. Come, Joy. Chop, chop. Come on. Come on. Chop, chop. Girl. Hold on, guys. Miss Joy Joy is going to say goodbye. Right? Oh, your face. Your face. This is so sad. Miss Joy, it's so sad. You're just being emo right now. She wants to go play with her friend. Anywho, I think a lot of what needs to happen is you need to enter into this space where you make decisions just for yourself for once. Not decisions for the family, not decisions for the relatives, for the employer, for whoever else you have on your list above you. The fact that it's hard for you to make decisions for yourself, the fact that you consider everyone else before you, tells me that it's time for you to begin shifting that. Okay. My decisions still absolutely involve, considering how it will affect my family. They're an extension of me. But when it comes now to like, I'm exhausted and my kid wants me to make some type of vegan chewy caramel that's going to take me 3 hours. Honey, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to rest. I'm going to have to rest. And that's kind of just, I'm tired. I'm tired. And, there's been times where he's asked me and then I've told him that. And he's said to me, It's because you work too much and you're always just working. Okay, that's true. It's true. But would you prefer your chewy caramel and live in a box? Or would you like to wait a couple hours or a day or two and live in a house? Those are the options. Because one person's preferences in the family does not and should not ever override everyone else's needs. And if you are how I think and feel based off of the energy of this reading, if you're like this, where you give everything and there's nothing left for you, if you have children, you're teaching them to do that as well. You're teaching them that they don't matter. You're teaching them that they are to repeat the same cycles and be enslaved by the same thoughts, the same programs that have successfully enslaved you your entire life. You have to make sure that you make decisions that are in alignment with what your soul is guiding you to decide for yourself, and knowing that that decision, maybe it's not completely understood by your family. That decision is probably what's going to be best for all involved. You're not a mean person. Oh, oh, Miss Joy. Miss Joy is saying we're still babysitting, I think, for like another day or so. And so she wants to play with Mochi. No, girl, you gotta leave her alone. She's resting. She pesters her, so we have to keep them separated. And like, not everyone wants to play all hours of the day. You let her rest. All right, guys, if you could please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. If you are wanting to comment, you weren't able to, subscribing will fix that for you. And you'll be able to comment tomorrow. We're having a podcast, I believe. I have to make sure if Ocean Lover is available tomorrow. But I'm gonna be doing a podcast either way, and it's gonna be a very interesting topic. I hope you guys are here for that. It's gonna be at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on this channel, also on the Soul Sanctuary page on Facebook. If you haven't already, please consider joining the Soul Sanctuary.love. That's our recurring contribution. You'll have access to our private exclusive chats and a whole bunch of other things as our show of gratitude for your recurring contribution for our ministry. A lot of amazing, amazing things are in the works. I cannot wait. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, here for our podcast. Bye, everyone.